Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, today we're bringing you another 10 hidden features of the LG V10. On these hidden feature videos, as we know, we always go through all 10 hidden features that you probably don't know about on the LG V10. Some of them are similar to the G4, but we did find some new ones to just give you a better experience with your phone. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. For the first hidden feature, it is from the accessibility. And this is what I call baby-proofing your phone. So when you go under General, then you go under Accessibility, and then you go to Motor and Cognition. And what we're looking for is touch control areas. What touch control areas does is it essentially blocks out a certain section of your screen or your entire screen. What this allows for is it does allow you to be able to completely block out your phone so that if you would say give it to a baby, they could not touch your phone or get into any part whatsoever, no matter what they do. So how do you set this up? Well, you just touch the power and the home and volume down button. So the volume down button, remember, is back here. So you're just going to hold this one and the home button together at the same time. And then this pops up, click full screen. And now you cannot do anything with the phone. So no matter where you touch on the screen, the secondary screen is off as well. You cannot get out of this display. The only way to get out of it is if you hold the home and volume down button. So basically, if you gave this to a child with like an OtterBox on it, they can toss it around, they can do whatever, they can't get to anything. This is better than having a lock screen simply because you cannot get into things like the camera or anything else that you can get in with your lock screen. So once you have that, it unlocks and then you're good. Great way to do that and basically lock your phone from being touched in any single way. Now for the next hidden feature, we all know that the secondary screen holds a lot of goodies inside of it, but what about that information you don't want someone else to see? Well, if we go under display and second screen, we can then go show one on main screen and then choose exactly what we want to be there. From here, we can then hide sensitive content. So if you do not want the main screen to show certain content, well, then you can just hide it from here. And then all sensitive content, like your upcoming plans or anything like that, will not show up on that secondary screen. So if you want to keep things to yourself, you have that ability even on the secondary screen. Now, for the next hidden feature, we are going to go under contact settings. And we're going to be able to search our contacts. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, for this hidden feature, you're actually able to search online accounts for a contact. So if you don't know that person's number, you can actually search their name, and if they have something like a Facebook or a LinkedIn, and you have their name, you might be able to find their phone number off of their profiles on there. So this is a really great way to basically just like, oh God, I know their name, I know who they are, I just don't know their phone number. If you want to be able to find it and they've put it publicly, well, then you're able to find it very simply and easily. This is great, especially for businesses when you might have a coworker and you don't know their number. This will generally have a way to find out their number on something like LinkedIn. Now, the second screen is a big help, but one thing I found that I wish it just had the flashlight at the top, and fortunately it does not on here. Now, you can have the flashlight right here by swooping down, but you also have another way of getting to the flashlight quickly, and that is when the screen is off, you can then swipe over, and you have a quick flashlight toggle right then and there. So I like this. I do wish I had the ability to just put it at the top as well on my main screen, but I do like the fact that I can quickly, when the screen's off, just turn it on and quickly find what I need to find and get right to it. So that is a very useful feature that I am happy that the LG V10 has. Now, of course, one of the best features about the V10 is that you do have a micro SD card, but did you know you could save your text messages to that micro SD card? With the V10, you can. Like most LG devices, this gives you the ability to actually be able to save certain content onto your SD card that you normally couldn't with other phones. Text messaging can be saved just by hitting the menu button right here, going to Settings, under General Settings, swiping up, and then right here. It normally by default, of course, saves to the internal storage, but you can move that right over to the micro SD card. This is great, of course, because when you do have the chance to, you can just transfer all of your content to the micro SD card for all your text messages. And when you get the new LG phone, just transfer it again. And it just saves a lot of time, so you don't even need to do LG backup because this does it right for you. So this next feature is one that I love LG for doing and I hate other manufacturers for not doing. Do you hate this? The fact that your screens cannot loop? Well, with this phone you can. So this is how to always loop your home screen. Just simply going into Settings, you go under Display, and then Home Screen. Under Home Screen, you click Allow Home Screen Looping. This will allow you to go around your home screen and simply just always be able to go around all your home screens. I love this feature. I wish every manufacturer would have this, and it's a great feature to have on LG phones that everyone should take note about. Our next hidden feature comes from probably our favorite hidden feature category, and that's accessibility. And this is how to draw to quickly get to any app. So when we go under Settings, Accessibility, and then go to Motor and Cognition, we turn on Touch Assistant. Now, for those of you who don't know, Touch Assistant is on pretty much any Android device. It's a quick way to do certain things on your Android device and get to it right away. It's meant to be used for one-handed or a person that might not have two hands, or that they can do things one-handed. So you have like things like volume up, home, power, screen capture, pinch to zoom, so you can do zooming in with one finger, which is just really nice. So you have those abilities to do that. However, what you also have the ability to do is draw certain letters to get to things right away. So for instance, if I wanted to make a message, I would just draw an M, and then I go to message. If I wanted to make a call, I just do C, and then go to call. So this is just a really simple and easy ability to do just certain features that you'd want to right away. And I really love this actually. I might have this up all the time just to be able to quickly call, message, turn. You can turn your screen off. You don't even want to touch the back button. I mean, it's just really a nice and simple and easy way to do all these settings. And one that I think you guys will enjoy. Now, the next hidden feature is all about hiding your gallery and memos from people. Does that pique your interest? Well, then you're going to want to know how to do this. So basically, if you go under General and then Fingerprint and Security, you can actually lock your content via a fingerprint, password, or pattern. What this does is it brings up a lock screen in order to get to things like your gallery and your memos from QMemo. This is obviously great if you just don't want anyone picking up your phone and going through it. If that sounds like it might interest you, then this is a step you should definitely take. Now, touchscreen buttons have a love-hate relationship with, but luckily LG makes it easier by being able to hide touchscreen buttons on certain apps. So if you go under Settings, Display, and the home screen touch buttons, you can actually choose where to hide them. Of course, you can actually obviously change the combination color, but the ability to actually hide them from certain apps I think is really great. The fact that I can choose to hide it from, say, like my clock app, so that when I go into it, it will make those disappear and I get my entire screen. This is a really great feature to be able to have just because you can choose which apps you really don't need them in. Obviously, this would be especially geared towards anything with a movie screen or a game of any sorts. You'd want them immediately gone. So when you really don't need them and you want your full display, you actually get to get rid of that, and that is something that I really enjoy. And of course, for our hidden features video, we have to at least mention one hidden feature on the camera. On the LG V10, we're going to show you how to improve your video quality. And it's very simple because the LG V10, you actually can improve your video quality dramatically, and unlike any other device. So you can first change your frame rate to different frame rates that you might want. 30 frames per second is the standard frame rate for all other video recording, but LG can do 60 frames per second, although it does crop it a bit, so just be aware of that. You have 24 frames per second, which gives you a cinematic kind of experience. And then you can also even record in 4K at 24 frames per second. This is really amazing for the fact that with 24 frames per second in 4K, it is the only phone that can do this combination of doing 4K and 24 frames per second that I've ever seen in the US. So for that purpose, it is pretty amazing that LG has put this on their phone, and this is probably the best video quality you can ever see on a smartphone. But if you want to just see it on a smartphone screen, the best combination would be full HD at 60 frames per second. If you want to show it on a TV screen, then you want to do 4K at 24 frames per second. And either way, you're going to get the best stand video recording you've ever seen. All right, hopefully you liked this video. If you did, guys, please give a like, thumbs up down below. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.